Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Jonathan back again to talk about Naoya Inoue and his amazing performance against Stephen Fulton this past Tuesday, and what's next for him in his career, and where does he currently rank pound for pound? Because that has clearly been in a discussion since the fight happened, and it's very interesting to see because Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence are fighting, and those are probably two guys that are probably both in the top five of the pound for pound list. So it's very interesting if one of them beats the other. They would technically have to jump up to number one, but Inoue has already planned out his next fight and the rest of the year for undisputed against Marlon Tapales. They brought him into the ring and basically promoted that next fight. Inoue said he wanted it for the end of the year, and it could definitely happen. I think he's a great fighter, and both those fights probably take place, that being the Spence fight and the Inoue Tapales for undisputed. The thing is, if Crawford wins, he would become the first multi-undisputed champion in men's boxing. But if Inoue could do it by November, I think he would definitely have a case for being number one pound for pound, especially because he moved up a division. He fought Stephen Fulton, who many consider to be the best fighter at 122. And it's going to be very interesting to see. Inoue showed amazing boxing skill. His up jab, his jab to the body. You know, everything that he displayed was on full effect. Of course, the power was there, even at a higher weight class. So it's gonna be very interesting to see where Inoue could take this. I honestly think he could probably clear out 122 with Stephen Fulton and Tapales and become undisputed by this year, and then probably move up to 126 next year. He's 30 years old, so he's not exactly the youngest guy, but he's in the middle of his prime, and I think that's the reason why he wanted the undisputed fight for the end of this year in November. That's the report. So he could become undisputed, and then next year move up to 126, start collecting belts there, and then potentially get to 130, which I think that's where he'll probably max out if he does and become a world champ there. I believe he would be a six division world champ. It's gonna be very interesting to see. At that point, he might be a three division undisputed champ, and big fights against people like Loma and potentially Javante Tank Davis, who is a little smaller for even the lightweight division, could be made. And honestly, those fights would be legendary fights, either or. But with that being said, I think Inoue probably number one, at least number two pound for pound for the rest of this year. And with that being said, we'll see how this plays out and see you next time. Peace.